It's your boy, the real McCoy, coming at you. This particular video, we gonna be talking about a sport that I'm very passionate about, and that's the sport of boxing. You know what I mean? When I usually do a video, I usually, you know what I mean, do some research, and you know what I mean, I try to make my videos, you know what I mean, informative and educational, things like that. But sometimes, you know what I mean, I get caught up. I love talking about sports. I kind of get sidetracked and I go to start rumbling, you know what I mean? I can talk sports all day, you dig? But this time I said, you know what, man, I'm just gonna talk, let it flow, and just, you know what I mean, see what happens, you know what I'm saying? So we're talking about boxing, man, to be specific, talking about the state of boxing, you know what I mean? The last time I had did a video on the state of boxing, it was, I think, like May of last year, 2013. It was right after Floyd Money Mayweather had just beat his comeback fight. He had just beat Robert the Ghost Guerrero. He had just beat Guerrero, you know what I mean? The fight before that was the Miguel Cotto fight. It was his Floyd Mayweather fight, Miguel Cotto. It was Floyd's last fight on HBO, you know what I mean? And that was 2012. May 2012, then he did the 30 days in jail, you know what I mean, for the domestic violence, whatever that was. And I think it's domestic violence, yeah. And he had came back, so he had a year off. And Cotto gave him a tough fight. It was a tough fight, no nosebleed, you know what I mean? He gave him a tough fight. But Cotto ain't no slouch. Miguel Cotto a Hall of Fame fighter, you know what I mean? He just knocked off Sergio Martinez for the middleweight championship. I believe he became the first Puerto Rican to be the middleweight champ of the world, you know what I mean? So Cotto ain't no slouch, you know what I mean? He no scrub. But Floyd had beat him in a tough fight, went to jail. So it was his comeback fight, 2013. He beat Robert the Ghost Guerrero. Guerrero had just came off an upset win over Andre Berto. And a lot of people compare Berto to Floyd, and Guerrero roughed him up. I guess Guerrero felt like that. If he can do that to Berto, he can do that to Floyd, you know what I mean? So, but Floyd went to jail, came back, and then he signed I think it was like January or maybe December of late 2012 or 2013. He signed a 6-fight contract with Showtime. And actually, I'm kind of glad he left HBO, man, with Lampley and Merchant, man. Them cats, they so biased, and it's crazy, man. If you go back and look at some of the fights on, just get on, you already on YouTube, watch some fights with HBO, and them cats so biased, man. You can just tell who they think they gonna win, or who gonna win, instead of just calling a fight. You know what I mean? That's what I like about Al Bernstein, Steve Farhood, Paulie Malignaggi. You know what I mean? They just call it like they see it. You know what I'm saying? And call it a fair fight. You know what I mean? So anyway, Floyd had beat Guerrero, and I had did a state of boxing at that time. So that was that's over a year ago. You know what I mean? But just looking at what I usually do before I did that, I usually do a video for a fight that's coming up. But I said, instead of doing that, just talk about boxing in itself. You know what I mean? So, but I think boxing is good right now. You know what I mean? It's kind of just like today's politics. Sometimes the money gets kind of not necessarily corrupted, but a lot of things don't happen. A lot of things do happen because of no money. It ain't like what it used to be. You know what I mean? Guys want to fight guys. You want to get paid, you know, compensated fairly, that they feel was fair. Which, hey, can't be mad at these guys. Basically putting their life on the line, because guys have died in the ring. You know what I mean? So they going out there fighting for a living, and they want to be compensated fairly, you know what I mean? Which I ain't mad at that, you know what I mean? But I do believe that as a whole, the state of boxing is good. You got some good young fighters. You got a Kell Brook, you know what I mean? He just came off a good solid win at the Britain. Just came off a good solid win off of up and coming welterweight at 147, Sean Porter. 147 is a deep weight class, you know what I mean? So he beat Sean Porter. Then he got stabbed in the leg. That was kind of crazy, you know. He got stabbed in the leg, so he resting up. I know he's been calling out Amir Khan and see who's the best of Great Britain right now, you know what I mean? So I know Amir Khan, he want Floyd bad, you know what I'm saying? I know think I read it on Twitter where Floyd was saying that he tired of Amir Khan trash talking, so if the fight happens, he gonna punish him. So I don't know, you know what I mean? But we'll see that fight. But it's a lot of good young fighters out there. 147 is deep. Danny Garcia, Swift Garcia. I think he said he's got one more fight coming up here real soon at 140. Junior welterweight, super lightweight, and then he's gonna move up to 147. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, it's deep. You got Maidana who don't establish himself with beating Bronner last year. Had a great first fight with Floyd. A lot of people say he won. I had Floyd winning. Good fight though. The second fight kind of went how I expected it. Floyd was going to use the lateral movement, frustrate Maidana, and things like that. You know what I mean? So Maidana put himself on the map. You got Adrian Bronner. I think Adrian Bronner need to go down to 140. Honestly, I think he's better at 140. The guy's gonna be able to overpower him. You know what I mean? But it's a lot of good fights out there that I want to see happen. I would like to see maybe a Maidana fight a Timothy Bradley, Maidana fight a Pacquiao. You know what I'm saying? Maidana and a woman with Marquez, if he ain't retired, I believe he's still active. Maidana versus Marquez. You know what I mean? If Maidana can move up in weight, maybe fight a catch weight with Canelo. I mean, who knows? You know what I mean? It's some fights that's out there. Adrian Bronner, I know he's calling out Lucas Matisse, Mr. Iron Hands and Brick Hands himself. That cat punched so hard. You know what I mean? Bronner and Matisse, Bronner and Danny Garcia. You know what I'm saying? Floyd and Amir Khan, Bronner and Amir Khan. You know what I mean? Bronner and Lamont Peterson. I mean, it's a lot of fights that can be made out there, though. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of good young talent. Still waiting for Andre Ward, what he gonna do when he come back, who he fighting. I know he's coming off some type of legal issue he got going on with his management and guys in his corner and things like that. I know he had surgery on his rotator cuff. I think it's his right shoulder. You know what I mean? He had to fight against Rodriguez. Kind of a rugged fight. It's kind of fight he was, but Andre Ward prevailed in that. So he's still number 2 on my pound for pound list behind Floyd. You know what I'm saying? So, but we're seeing what he got going on at 168. Is he gonna move up to 175 for a little bit better competition? You got Adonis Superman Stevenson at 175, so super light heavyweight. A lot of guys waiting on him to fight Kovalov, the knockout artist. You know what I'm saying? So see what he gonna do is Stevenson maybe gonna fight Bernard Hopkins. Is Kovalov gonna fight Hopkins? You know what I'm saying? Deontay, the Klitschko boys done retired doing this thing. Then he's got a political career over in Russia, Germany, whatever, something like that. Russia, yeah, whatever. You got Deontay Wilder. I believe he's 31-0 now, 30-0 with 30 knockout. I mean, all his fights wins by knockout. You know what I'm saying? I don't think none of his fights went past the 4th round. Now Deontay Wilder, he need to fight a little bit better competition, step up the competition, and he knows that. He knows that. Seen some of his interviews, things like that. He seems to be a young fighter that he's hungry. He knows he needs to fight a little bit better competition. But his right hand is serious, man. So I do believe Wilder got in the heavyweight division. He got a fight with Ben Stavern, something like that. I know he knocked out Chris Arreola again. Knocked him out again. So I think his mandatory was for Deontay Wilder. I believe that's they've got a fight signed up, and that'll be a little bit better competition for Deontay Wilder. Get down with a David Haye and go out there and go fight one of them Klitschko boys. You know what I'm saying? They've been dominating since 03, since Lennox Lewis retired. You know what I'm saying? So that's what's going on in the heavyweights. Then you got a guy who has stardom potential, but he just don't have the fan base. Because a lot of people say he's boring to watch. And I'm a fan of his, you know what I'm saying? I love the sweet science of boxing, you know what I mean? That's a Guillermo Rigondeaux. You know what I mean? The Cuban, Cuba, they're more known for teaching guys the skill side of boxing. The Mexicans, they're usually more of the brawlers. You know what I'm saying? Well, the Cubans, as a whole, as a culture, they're more known for being more skilled. You know what I mean? Like Guillermo Rigondeaux, the dude who 50 Cent is his promoter. Hey, what's the dude name? I can't think of his name, but I can't think of his name. But anyway, he got knocked out in his last fight too. I can't think. I know 50 Cent is his promoter. Yarrius Gamboa. Yeah, he Cuban. He's more skilled. You know what I mean? But now I'm a Rigondeaux fan. His last fight was when was it? I know it was earlier this year, July. He had a first round knockout. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people just think he's boring. You know, I mean, I don't know. I don't get it. You know what I'm saying? He's exciting. He's got knockout power. Very accurate. It's kind of like a Floyd. You know what I mean? That's one dude who I think who has the potential to beat Floyd. I mean, the guys. That's a very short list. You know what I mean? Manny Pacquiao has all the talent in the world as far as hand speed, athleticism, punching power, foot speed to beat Floyd. He just ain't. He's not technically sound. He's sloppy and makes mistakes. You know what I'm saying? Andre Ward's on that list. Rigondeaux's possibly on that list. You know what I'm saying? Things like that. But man, I'm a huge Rigondeaux. I think he needs to move up in weight. You know what I mean? Start getting, you know what I mean, some more followers and more fan base here in the States. You know, United States. You know what I'm saying? But he has the talent and potential. That's no doubt about it. I think on the pound for pound, he's like number 6, number 5, something like that. He top 5 on the pound for pound, and yeah, he's only had like 14 fights. You know what I'm saying? The talent is there, but he's got to get the fan base up. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, man, just overall, man, boxing is good, man. I know a lot of people complain because everybody want the Floyd Mayweather, Manny Pacquiao fight. I'm a huge Floyd Mayweather fan. You know what I mean? But excuse me. But at the end of the day, I like boxing more than Floyd. You know what I mean? I love to see great boxing. You know what I'm saying? So it's some other interesting fights out. I mean, the casual fan, they just waiting on for the Floyd Mayweather Manny Pacquiao fight. The people, the everyday fans like myself and there's a lot of other people out there. You know what I mean? Who like boxing on every day. You know, we looking. You know, we got the Manny Pacquiao Chris Jury fight coming up. You know what I mean? We got all this Andre Ward, what he gonna do, and Danny Garcia gonna move up to 147. I personally believe like Saul Canelo Alvarez. I think he need to move up to 160 to middleweight, and that'll kind of help him out, in my opinion. Help him out with his stamina issues. You know what I mean? Because he has some issues with his stamina. It showed in the Austin Trout fight. Not as much in the Floyd Mayweather fight, but it was some fatigue, stamina issues there too. I mean, like if Canelo moved up to 160, who would want to see Canelo in the GGG, Triple G? You know what I'm saying? Canelo and then Chavez Jr., Canelo and Cotto for the middleweight bout. But I do think Cotto has already come out and said he's not fighting for the rest of 2014, the rest of the calendar year. So he's gonna fight 2015. Canelo's already coming off. You know, he done cleaned out the 154 weight division, except for Floyd. But you know that was a catch weight. You know, Floyd's welterweight 147. He done beat Trout. He done beat Ezra Landy Lara. He done beat Lara. I think he need to move up to 160, man. Get some better competition. I know he said he's only fighting pay-per-view. Now, I don't he's doing okay numbers on pay-per-view. Okay. You know what I mean? I still think he should be on regular Showtime. You know what I mean? HBO type fighter, stuff like that. But, hey, do your thing. Get your money, do your thing. I think he need to move up to 160. Fight a Chavez Jr., fight a Cotto, fight a Triple G, you know what I mean? Maybe Andre Ward and Triple G fight at a catch weight, 165, 164. You know, Andre Ward is at super middleweight, 168. GGG's at middleweight, 160. Hey, let them guys clash. You know what I mean? You got the puncher and the GGG. And you got the boxer. You know what I mean? Andre Ward. So that them people will watch. I mean, there are a lot of fights out there that, you know what I mean, the everyday boxing fans that we would want to see besides just the Mayweather Pacquiao. You know what I mean? I want to see what Deontay Wilder gonna do with better competition at heavyweight. You know what I mean? Is Adonis Stevenson gonna fight Kovalov? What about a B-Hop? He's still in the mix. Is Guillermo Rigondeaux gonna move up and weight? You know what I'm saying? So maybe he can fight Leo Santa Cruz. Mickey Garcia, you know what I mean? I think he should move up in weight though, you know what I mean? So there's a lot of good fights out there, man. I know people's talking. I know after the McDonough fight, Floyd said he's got a surprise for 2015. You know, Floyd Sr. came out and said that the Mayweather-Pacquiao fight gonna happen. And Floyd Jr. got pissed off, basically almost fired him as his trainer. Like, no, you know what I mean? That's crazy talk. That's crazy talk. But I mean, there's a lot of people out there. Floyd Mayweather is one name, one athlete. His name, it sparks a lot of emotion with a lot of people. And a lot of people hate this guy like with a passion. You know what I'm saying? And no matter what he do, a lot of people just hate him with a passion. So no matter what, they automatically gonna blame him as the reason why him and Pacquiao, the fight ain't happen. You know what I mean? But I've said it before, like my daddy, you know what I'm saying? He's not a Floyd fan. He's not a Pacquiao. He like boxing. You know what I mean? But he's definitely not a. My daddy don't like Floyd. He ain't no Floyd fan. And I go talking to my homeboy. We was at Hooters about 2 months ago, something like that. And I was telling him, I was like, no matter what anybody say or do, like ESPN back in like '08, even up to now, when it come down to Floyd Mayweather, Manny Pacquiao, they throw all the flame, all the dirt at Floyd. It's all his fault. It's all him. And a lot of that is just cause the emotional thing. But the main reason, almost the only reason, but the main reason why Floyd Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao haven't fallen is because of Bob Arum. And a lot of people don't want to hear that, you know what I'm saying? But that's what it is, man. It's Bob Arum, man. For whatever reason, I don't know. I mean, a lot of people say, you know what I mean, people on the inside of the boxing world, you know what I mean, they say that cat's delusional, man. He crazy, you know what I'm saying? Like, for real. But, you know what I mean, but that's the, once you get to a Manny Pacquiao level, a Floyd Mayweather level, once you get to those guys type of prize fighters and things like that, man, you're not afraid of anybody, man. Manny Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather have enough inner confidence in themselves where they believe they can beat anybody, no doubt. You know what I'm saying? Floyd is not afraid of Manny Pacquiao. That's craziness when I hear people say that. You know, he ain't scared of this man. I mean, look, there's blame to go around. I'm a Floyd fan, but to throw some heat on him, like, yo, look, Floyd, Manny Pacquiao is the first and only, well, the first fighter, he was the first fighter you started talking about random Olympic-style drug tests and all these stipulations and things he got to do, this, that, and the third. I mean, like, why him? You ain't do that with nobody else. And I'm a Floyd fan. Just being real, you know what I mean? I'm the type of person, I keep it real. Ain't no bias. Just being real. I love Floyd, but I love boxing even more. You know, I'm a boxing fan first. You know what I'm saying? So we talk about it like that. You know what I mean? He doing that, and it's like, yo, what's up? Then you look over at Pacquiao camp. If you ain't juicing, if you ain't taking no kind of PEDs, steroids, nothing like that, take the test, homie. Take the test. If you ain't got nothing to hide, take the test. You know what I mean? And plus, Floyd offered him $40 million. $40 million. Like, $40 million. Are you serious? You know what I'm saying? Like, what? Take Floyd Mayweather's name off the list. What other fighter in the world would Manny Pacquiao make $40 million fighting? Nobody. You know what I'm saying? Nobody. There's nobody else on the planet that Manny Pacquiao can make $40 million in a fight. Making that much money fighting. Nobody. So what's the beef when somebody offer you 40? I don't get that. You know what I'm saying? I don't. He offered you 40. If you put yourself, if you, I know it's hard for a lot of people. Set your emotions aside. I know a lot of people hate Floyd. Set your emotions aside. Put yourself in Floyd's shoes. You know, and be like, you offer somebody 40 million. They're not gonna make that much money nowhere else. Take on a drug test, the same drug test that Manny Pacquiao making sure Brandon Rios take. Making sure everybody, he said about Brandon, not about Brandon Rios, but when he fought Rios over in China, he was like, hey, take the drug test, because, hey, you never know who's juicing. I want to keep this on 10. everybody back when Floyd was saying all, everybody was all over him. Now you saying the same thing. Y'all could have been fought. That was what's going on? This sounds crazy. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? So all I'm saying is there's some heat, some blame to go both ways. But most of it, almost all, but most of it's Bob Arum, man. The dude was crazy, man. I don't know what 2012 he was saying that Manny Pacquiao and Floyd can't fight because they got to build a big, huge outdoor stadium, some kind of craziness. He was, I mean, get out of here with that craziness, man. But I mean, look, I think with the Brandon Rios fight, Pacquiao made like 18 million guaranteed, and they would have jumped up to about 30 after, like, you know, the pay-per-view buys, ticket sales, and all that. I think with Bradley too, he made like 20 million guaranteed. Then he's got, I think November 22nd or 13th, something like that this year. Next month, he fighting over in China again, Macau, China, Chris Algieri. The average casual boxing fan, they have no idea who that guy even is. You know what I'm saying? And he's fighting, you know, he's probably gonna get about 20 million. So if there's nobody else that you can make 40 million off of, fight Floyd. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I know I'm probably gonna get some comments and people gonna be saying no matter what they're gonna blame Floyd. It's Floyd's fault no matter what happens. But if you say put yourself in Floyd's shoes, offer the man 40, take the drug test. After a while, you're gonna get frustrated with it. Be like, forget it, man. I'm done with you. I'm moving on. Because no matter who Floyd fight, he gonna make 40, guaranteed. You know what I'm saying? He pulling in about, he gonna pull in about 40. That's just what it is. He don't you know what I mean? He don't need Manny Pacquiao to make 40. You know what I mean? But that's crazy, man. But that's the main, that's the Super Bowl of boxing right now. You know what I'm saying? To the casual fan, to most fans, you know what I mean? But to the everyday fans like myself, there are other fights out there that we would love to see, man. No doubt. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, man, that's my quick little take on the state of boxing, man. I think it's in good hands. So we talk about boxing, you gotta, I mean, hate it or love it. You got him talking about Floyd Money Mayweather Jr. doing his thing. He had coming off a good fight against Maidana. He showed he can still use his legs. You know what I mean? No doubt about it. Frustrated Maidana. And but yeah, man. So that's where we at, man. I think it's even because he got 2 fights. He signed a 6-fight deal. He's got 2 fights left. May 2015, September 2015. That's what it's looking like. People saying Pacquiao, Amir Khan, Pacquiao twice, Amir Khan. I mean, everybody want to fight Floyd. You know what I mean? Keith Thurman. You know what I mean? So I mean, who knows? You know what I mean? But you know, we gotta see maybe a him and Miguel Cotto rematch, something like that. But yeah, man. I mean, I know Alex Ariza, he worked with Manny Pacquiao for about like 6 years, I think. Then I know he's got a lawsuit going against Freddie Roach, Manny Pacquiao's trainer, and about defamation, things like that. But you know, he worked with Floyd in his last fight with McDonough as a strength and conditioning coach, and he had some interesting comments after the fight about the whole Pacquiao Floyd. I mean, he was the one, like, he was saying it back in 08, 09, 2010. Like, look, man, Bob Arum is the issue. Alex Ariza said he was standing there. He was there when Floyd offered him 40. Not saying Pacquiao was scared, but at the end of the day, Floyd is his own boss. He called his own shots. Pacquiao, he can say all day, every day, I want to fight Floyd. I want to fight Floyd. But he has a promoter. He has a boss. So you can say that all day, but if your promoter's getting in the way, ain't nothing Pacquiao can do about it. That's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? But I didn't want to spend this whole video talking about that, man. I love boxing. I'm passionate about boxing, man. Anybody's on the fence or thinking about getting into boxing for recreation, for sport, for health, trying to turn pro, make a career out of it, man, do it, man. I love boxing. Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of fun, man. And I encourage anybody to do it. You know what I mean? Get into it. Get you in shape, no doubt. But yeah, man, that's. I wasn't trying to make it this long and mainly talk about Mayweather Pacquiao, but man, the state of boxing is in good hands, man. Some good young fighters out there. Even if Floyd do fight these 2 fights and retire, I know Alex Ariza was saying that Floyd was talking to him. Alex Ariza, he thinks that Floyd could be fighting another maybe 3 or 4 fights. Maybe try and get to 50-0, 51, 50, something like that. I don't know. You know what I mean? He's got 2 fights left in his contract. I believe he's going to retire 49-0. You know what I'm saying? So, who knows? Even if he does retire, some good young fighters still out there, man, doing their thing, man. Still got Andre Ward still in his 20s. He's young. Danny Garcia's young. Adrian Broner's young. Amir Khan. Marcos Maidana. Pacquiao probably still going to be fighting. Timothy Bradley is still out there. GG. I mean, all the names. Giet Rigondeaux. The Japanese kid. I forgot his name, man. I forgot his name. But anyway, you got him doing his thing. But it's in good hands, man. So if you think about getting into boxing, do it. Don't instead of just being a casual fan, be an everyday fan like you are with the NFL and Major League Baseball and NBA and all that other NHL and hockey. You know what I mean? Get into it, man. So you're not just waiting for the big fights. You got there's some other good fights out there, man. There's some good fights out there. Some good fighters out there that the casual fan never heard of, don't even know anything about. You know what I'm saying? But man, hit me up. What you guys think, man? The state of boxing, where we at, it's in good hands. You know, some good young fighters out there, some good up and coming fights coming out. You know what I mean? Just let me know what you guys think, man. I won't try to make it go this long, but hey, it is what it is. I love boxing, you know what I mean? But let me know what y'all think, man. Leave me comments in below, like, subscribe, do all that good stuff, and just let me know, man. This your boy, the Real McCoy, man. I'm out. Peace.